All right, this is the beginning of demand part 2 before I was so rudely interrupted. All right, let's go ahead and I was talking about preferences. When preferences change, the demand for one item increases and the demand for another item or items decrease. Preferences change when people become better informed. When they read something that says, oh, this is dangerous. Like, for example, right here I have the example of cigarettes. When I was in the 70s, when I was your age, cigarette ads came out all the time. And as more lawsuits became won by private individuals, they made sure that ads were taken out and less people were smoking. And even today, we have a lot of people that smoke, but not like there used to be before. And on TV, there used to be a character by the name of Kojak, who used to uh, lick lollipops. He always had a lollipop in his mouth, and when they would ask him about it, it was because he didn't want to smoke anymore. The lollipop was a substitute for a cigarette. Okay, so when people become more informed, let's say something causes cancer, something makes you sick, something like that, like let's say headphones that are too loud, they hurt your hearing, the demand will go down or it will go up depending. Also, as new goods become available, like for example, look at this guy. This is the guy that invented the telephone, not the telephone, but the cordless phone. Okay, uh, this is these. This is the first cell phone. Look at that. Try and put that in your back pocket. And as these became more popular, people started using less and less the landlines. And as more people saw, more businessmen saw, or businesswomen saw that there was a demand for cell phones, they said, we gotta make this smaller. We have to make it better. So as new goods become available, it changes the demand. Okay, now let's look at the change in quality demanded and change in demand. And this is incredibly important because we have a lot of students who get confused with this. All right, notice what it says. A change in the quantity demanded is a change in the quantity of a good that people plan to buy that results from a change in the price of a good. And I'll show you that in just a minute. So here you have quantity demanded and a change in demand. Okay, make sure you write these notes down. All right, so this is me, and we're going to use my breakfast taco de barbacoa, except mine always is a la mexicana with chile. All right, now let's say that the price of a taco de barbacoa in the morning is $2.50. Now let's say that in a month, it's a 4-week month, 28 days, and I buy 2 a week, Mondays and Thursdays. So that means that I buy 8 per month. Now let's see what will change. Now let's see how we can go from buying 8 to 28. So instead of buying 2 a week, now I'm going to buy 1 every day. So let's look at from A to B. This is a change in demand. Okay? Okay? Change in demand. All right. What we're going to be seeing is how can I go from A to B and still at $2.50. The price did not change, but still there is an increase in demand. How could that happen? Well, maybe I read something, as I mentioned, become better informed. Let's say that I read that if you eat barbacoa in the morning, it can make you lose weight. It can make you smarter. You get healthier. Now I'm going to buy one every single day, so I'm going to be smarter, right? That will be a change in demand. Now let's look at how can I go from A to C. Notice right here, the only way to go from A to C is to go from 8 to 28. It right here is if the price is lowered. Now notice right here. The only thing that affects quantity demanded is the change in price. Remember, the law of demand says as the price goes lower, there is an increase in demand. So if the price goes from $2.50 down to half price at $1.25, I'm going to buy one every day. That is if the price goes down. Again, quantity demanded means that the price changes. Right here, that's from A to C. Right here, from A to B, there was no change in price. But I got better informed. They told me that I could lose weight if I eat barbacoa in the morning. It'll make me healthier. It'll make me smarter. Therefore, I'm going to buy one every day. Okay? Now, let's look at the next frame. Right here, this one, you're going to be pretty much doing it on your own, because if you notice, you're going to be using a graph, and this you're going to put it on the right hand side of your paper, and you're going to pretty much write it in. Notice, this is the original demand. It's D0, okay? And notice how text is going to be coming out. You're going to be writing that all on the left side, okay? A decrease in the quantity demanded and there's a movement up. Keep in mind that you can move up or you can move down. If the price goes down, remember, the only way that this is going to change is the price. If the price goes down, law of demand says price goes down, more quantity is ordered. Also, the law of demand says that if the price goes up, the demand is lower. Notice, let's say right here in the dot, we went from buying 10 up to less than that, okay? So go ahead and read this and go ahead and do the graph. An increase in the quantity demanded increases, and there is a movement down along the curve. This is still demand 0. If the price of the good falls, then all other things remain the same. There is an increase in demand. All right, now let's look at this. A decrease in demand, whenever there is a decrease, it always shifts to the left. And notice, since there is a different demand here, this one is demand 1. Okay, the original is demand 0. And since there's a decrease in demand, it moved left. And of course, you're going to read this and write that down. And if there is an increase in demand, that would be demand 2. Okay? And whenever there's an increase, it goes to the right. All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much. Good luck with your notes.